and Chief Social Impact and Diversity Officer at Headspace Health. Wizdom Powell is joining me now for more on this. Wizdom, according to the Psychiatric Times, women of color seek adequate mental health care less than half as often as white women, despite their higher risk for mental health problems. Is there a sense of why that is and how to fix it?
I'm glad you're asking this question because I think a long-standing misconception is that those resistances to seeking care are solely attributable to individual attitudes, when in fact, the reasons for that lack of help seeking are also rooted in historical mistreatment and malice by healthcare systems, a time in our history when medical systems used mental health and weaponized it in ways that forced institutionalization among Black women and also rendered many Black folks who were fighting for equal rights and civil rights subjects to the mental health system. So I think we have to pay attention to the historical alarms that get rung for Black women when depressive symptomatology erupts for them or when they find themselves standing at the edge of an emotional cliff.
And you say systemic racism and discrimination not only create barriers to care, but they also have their own impact on Black women's mental health. Can you talk more about that?
Yes, there's a long-standing scientific evidence base to document that across time and in incidents and momentary incidents, that racial discrimination and exposure to bias can produce deleterious impacts on one's mental health. There are associations between exposure to racism and depression, associations between racism and anxiety symptoms. And there are also, sadly, associations between exposure to racism and outcomes like suicidal ideation. So I think that we have to pay attention to the ways that those structural, exposures, those environmental exposures get embodied by Black women in ways that keep score and cause them in some ways to experience more pronounced emotional distress and burden.
All right, Chief Social Impact and Diversity Officer at Headspace Health, Wizdom Powell, always great to have you. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.